And we are live. Welcome everyone. I'm live in a few places here. So if you're watching on the YouTube channel, we are gathering for a ceremony for the eclipse on the day of March 14th, 2025. We are having, we actually had last night, a full lunar eclipse and called the blood moon. Now, there are also people who are joining in the webinar version of this. So however it is that you're joining, please tell me hello in the comments. Say hi. Tell me where you're coming from. And if anybody has anything they would like to share so far about their experience with this eclipse, then that will be quite welcomed. I think it's been quite turbulent and chaotic for a lot of people, and myself included. So that's some of the energy you're going to get as I guide this today. So in preparation for this, we will be doing a ceremony. If you have a crystal, great. If you have a candle, great. If you don't, that is perfectly fine too. But if you have a minute to just pull them over. Now, sometimes another thing you can do in lieu of a candle is to just turn on the flashlight over your phone for a moment when we are doing that. It's illumination as well. And any crystal will do, or a found stone. So if you have any kind of mineral nearby, you can grab it. There is no need to overthink it. So we're going to get started now, and welcome. All right, let's say hi to those who are here on, and we have Holly. Hi, Holly, so nice to see you. And Yuko, hello, thank you for being here. Hi, Jamie, or is it Jaime, in Ohio? And Holly saying, did anyone wake up during the eclipse? I woke up at 2:45 and happened to look out the window. Oh my gosh, how wonderful. And Caitlin says, from Sedona, oh, you're so fortunate. You're in that beautiful portal zone. I've been to Sedona a couple of times and I love it. Day is from Washington State. I love Washington too. So beautiful. And that's Jamie Gardner. Hi, Jamie. And Linda, hello. Oh, so beautiful to see you. And I love your thumbnail, Linda, with your pups. So, hi, everyone. We're going to get into this eclipse energy. And let's talk about what an eclipse is first. And again, having your implements nearby if you brought a candle and a crystal. So eclipse, there could be a solar eclipse, there can be a lunar eclipse. And in fact, we have in about 2 weeks, it's on the 29th, as I recall, there's going to be a partial solar eclipse. And this is a full lunar eclipse that we have just experienced. We're still in the post shadow of it. We're still in the energies of it, even though we just, it happened in the United States somewhere in the middle of the night, depending on where your zone is. And it was, as I said, a full lunar eclipse. What happens with an eclipse is that something is getting in between illumination and presentation. So with a lunar eclipse, it means that the sun, moon, and earth are aligned such that the earth is blocking the illumination of the moon. So that's why we can't. It's like this: the earth is in the way of the sun being able to amplify, or the moon being able to amplify the sun's energies. Now the moon is our feminine, emotional energy. The moon is so impactful on us. I'm sure you know that the water of the earth has a symbiotic relationship with the moon. The high tide and the low tide move with the moon. And every time we think of water, the spiritual essence of water really calls in that emotional body, intuition, and all of these deep, feminine, receptive, but yet powerful. I mean, just think of divine feminine energy, that she is receptive and powerful. She receives impressions and allows it to be expressed. There is so much strength in this lunar energy, in this emotional energy, in this intuition. Think of how powerful the ocean is. I don't know if you've ever gotten beaten up by the ocean. I have. Being in the ocean at just the wrong stance to receive that wave. I've actually been taken in and crashed into by a wave thinking, oh, this is it. This is the moment. It's over. And graciously, she deposited me back on the shore without removing my soul from my body connection. And what is occurring when we have that presentation of the light being removed, the amplification of that normal, natural amplification of intuition and emotion. This is occurring at a full moon. Normally at a full moon, or I should say typically, but yeah, normally how it happens cyclically every 28 to 29 days is that at the full moon, all of our creation is out there for display. We have been collecting that solar energy and the emotion. We've been contemplating and we've been sowing seeds. And then at the time that the moon is full and she is fully amplifying her creation, and you are fully amplifying your creation and your emotion and your intuition, and you're saying, here it is. But at this time, that catalyst, that epitome, that it's very orgasmic sense, it is turned back within. We do not have our partner in it with the moon. And so we are asked to go within. So what it creates is chaos. It creates duplicity. It creates a collision within, or at least that's the opportunity. And if we bring deep consciousness to it, we can find a point of expansion. And when expansion, we mean ascension. And there's something in our spiritual speak, in our spiritual community, where we think, or maybe some people even say it this way, that ascension is about leaving and only being in what we consider light and positivity and joy. But that is not what ascension is. Ascension is expansion. In order to ascend, we must go within. It is the Christhood journey. Now, before I head in too much into that, I want to also say that if you want to come to a workshop that is occurring directly after this in 20 minutes from now, we are having a workshop on on Archangel Christiel and the Ascension energies. It's happening in my platform called Modern Mystic. It's only $11 a month, and we're going to be meeting. In fact, those folks are joined there now. It's $11 a month, and I guess I should have planned to put it in the chat real fast. I'll just do that. And if you join up until 1:27, 3 minutes before the workshop, you'll be able to get the link to join live. If you join at 1:29, I can't help you. So just so you know, 1:29 Pacific. There it is if you want to hop on there. In fact, you could hop on there now while we are, if you sign up there, you'll be able to hop on and get that text at 1:27. Actually, you won't be able to until 1:27 p.m. At any rate, we're going to be talking about we're going to be listening to Archangel Christiel talk about the ascension energies. And so with this eclipse at this time, and it is dusting up so much of what we have been working through. So much of what we are shifting into and shifting out of. And there is a powerful time. We are already in a new earth paradigm. And I say that with all of my integrity behind it. And we are moving into it exponentially with so much momentum. And so do not wait. Do not wait for the distortion to clear up, but wait to no longer be distracted to follow your mission. Do not wait to follow your mission. Ascension is now. That is what Spirit has been saying over and over. Ascension is now. Kate says, hello, Carmel Valley, 2:57. She woke up and went into the back. Oh, wow, beautiful. Energized and grounded today. Well, I'm starting to feel energized and grounded now, but this morning I had a lot of that eclipse energy to clean up. I'm going to be sharing a bit about that because I did channel Archangel Christiel during my morning devotional session. So I'll see you over in Modern Mystic, and I hope, Kate, in just a bit. At any rate, the ascension is now, your mission is now, your purpose work is now. And the distraction and distortion, whether you have a sense that, well, I'm on my mission or I'm in my purpose work, whether you are sure of that or not, I'm sure I'm on my mission and my purpose work, and yet I'm not, because there is so much distraction and distortion that we are taking in. That is a part of it. That is a part of the plan. That is the moving into the fullness of the energies. Just like in the eclipse energy, where with the light blocked, we are confronted with shadow. That is the stuff. We are not going to float away from the shadow, because the shadow and the light exist together in the same way that creator and creation exist together. So that's something we're going to be diving into. But let's talk about the energies of this eclipse. The moment that we were in the eclipse energies, the moon was in gate 6. And I'm talking about the I Ching, I'm talking about human design. So the shadow, or that which we are transmuting, that which we are taking in and transmuting of gate 6, has to do with energies of being reactive, chaos. As I said, especially with that eclipse, we are turned even more. And so then gate 6 is amplifying that even more, the opportunity to be in the chaos. And do you know that chaos is how creation happens every single time? We always have to go into the chaos in order for it to become organized into creation. There can be this sense of people-pleasing. It's very dualistic. Again, that's what eclipse is all about, is the dualism of shadow and light. We might be oversharing. We might be deeply in our victimhood. And we could also be hiding our real self. Again, that's gate 6. That is the eclipse energy too. It is showing us how we are hiding our true authentic self. Now, what we can glean from that, what we can transmute and also be in at the same time, is to be very loving, because that love is the resolution of duality. It is saying duality is necessary for love. How can I love if there isn't something to love, someone to love? It is about being open. It is about being that authenticity that you may have been hiding. Honesty, self-honesty. If you watch my last video, I give us an exercise to find our honesty within ourselves. I will tell you this, that I, in my codependent tendency of my shadow, I have gate 19 and 3 positions of my chart, that shadow of codependency has that people-pleasing element. When I feel the urge to people-please and I stop for a second and I'm like, am I people-pleasing? Am I being honest with myself? And if I get honest with myself, it will shift me out of that, and it gets me clear and gets me at ease and gets me playful again. We feel vulnerable, that positive vulnerability, vulnerable to the light, vulnerable to creation, vulnerable to ourselves. And we can be very thoughtful, compassionate, sympathetic, and highly attuned. Now, once again, these are not juxtaposed. These work together in the way that dualism works with love. They are one in the same, and that is what the eclipse is helping us to resolve. It is source and resource, and that is the energies of this eclipse that we have been gifted with by the universe, and you are a gift to the universe. So if you have your candle, if you have your crystal, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a ceremony here for a bit. I'm going to start some tones here in the background, and you can just get yourself settled in. It's going to be really gentle, really easy. We're going to be in the space of contemplation. We're going to be in the space of acceptance. And even if you have a moment where it feels confrontational, say, I like that. Find yourself in the acceptance of even the chaos. Welcome to your sacred practice. And now we begin with the breath of life. Actually turned on the wrong track, but I'm going to let it be the right track. A meditation there. So here's what we're going to listen to now instead. Yes. Welcome to your sacred practice. This is a ceremony to deeply expand with eclipse energies. And as we begin, I invite you to just feel your feet planted on the earth. If you are seated, feel your seat planted on the earth. And be aware and surrender to the support of this grounding. And as you imagine, or perhaps you recall, whichever it was, that presentation of the total eclipse of the lunar energies. And at this time, we call this the blood moon, and this is poignant, that humans would choose to call it blood moon. And Indeed, it is showing itself as a red orb in the sky. And you may even wonder what it means to have your blood and your emotions amplified in a strange and unique way. And so if you'd like to set the intention here, I invite you to consider something of that shadow nature that you feel today, or you felt last night, or it's a theme for you right now. And you can let it be one word, let it be crystallized in one word. And you know, sometimes we can find that by complaining. If we have someone or something, perhaps it's life or society or a person, where you say, this person is this way to me and it is unfair. Life is this way to me and it is unfair. I even want to point my finger and say, that's you. There's an example, perhaps it's unfair. Well, let's turn that finger to ourselves. Grant yourself permission to find how you are unfair to yourself, or whatever your fill in the blank is. Because this is the time that you are lovingly releasing yourself to fairness. Now, if there is a polar opposite to yours, if it is, I am judged, I am rejected, then what is the opposite of that? Connection? Is it acceptance? Is it simply love? Find those 2 points, find the shadow and find the light. Let your heart bring those up for you now. 2 simple words. Don't let your head overthink it. Let your body release it. Let your heart amplify it. If it's easy, if it's nearby, you can jot them down just to crystallize them even more. And you have your crystal, or if you don't have a crystal nearby, bring one to mind, whether it's one you have actually met in real life or one you can imagine. For anything that you imagine is a reality. I have mine here I've been working with through these energies. It's my Lemurian crystal point. You could even borrow mine if you would like. It is open to it now. Now you have your candle. I invite you to hold your crystal in your left hand, real or imagined. And let's light that candle. You have your shadow word and you have your light word. And the purpose of this ceremony is to allow yourself to receive all that is here for you in creation. And as you align with soul, as you align with universe, I encourage you to contemplate that we're often in rejection of being here. We're in rejection of the full experience of human. We deny, we reject human. In the way that we deny and reject that which we have labeled as negative or bad. And we also, in the same energy, deny that which is human, that is beautiful, that is positive, that is good. And so if you have written your shadow and your light words on paper, or if you just have them in your mind, hold them up side by side. They both belong to you. And they would like for you to hold them both in order for you to experience, when you prefer, the one you prefer. And if you're wondering, how can these two exist within me at the same time? Well, the answer is, in the same way that your heart can love and lose and love again. And so drop down into your heart now, and you can even let those words float away. For this is the point of having your intuition and your emotion to be obscured for a moment so that you can find your heart. Now with your crystal, if you want to bring it up to your heart space and just let it amplify. Let it amplify the power of your heart, all that it is capable of doing to transmute, to grieve, to heal, and to love, and to create love again, and to create new love, and to create more love, and to love, and to love, to love. And your crystal is amplifying your heart and bringing your awareness now to the flame that is here for you, the flame that purifies. Purification is alchemy. And so those words, those symbols, if you would like to let them just be received by the flame. Now, I don't mean physically or literally. If it's safe for you to burn a piece of paper, then go ahead. But I'm speaking of taking these symbols, these words, and just letting them be wrapped around by the flame. And what can happen with this purifying flame is that it will bring these symbols, these words, to their essence. Anything that is no longer correct for you and for your heart can just simply fall away in the purifying flame. What is left is essence. And now you've lit one flame, and we're amplifying your heart with the crystal, and in this we are also igniting and amplifying the triple flame of your heart. And as this is the blood moon eclipse, you have the opportunity to allow this to be infused into your blood, which communicates with every part of your crystallized soul energy, communicating to every cell, to your bone. And in this, you are signaling up the crystalline grid of the earth and the golden light of Source, so that as you draw down the golden light and draw up the crystalline grid as diamond white light. You are home. In exactly the right place. Exactly the right time. The point of eternity that has called you into existence. So that while you are here in time and space, your heart can also hold the expanded truth that you are also eternal. So that you are everywhere and always. As you are here and now. And it is your soul who was sent forth by angels and by source energy as the light that is called good. You are how divinity exists. And with this powerful amplification, there is the opportunity to make a wish. And if you would like a way to think up a wish, just simply think of, what if the miracle happened? If the miracle happened, what is that state? And hold that now, or surrender to it, whatever it seems is the way that you can allow the state. And so we're going to seal this work now, and we're going to pay gratitude to the moon, to the sun and the earth. Thank you. And I invite you to be grateful and appreciative to yourself for being awake, for being present. For presence is here and now, and everywhere always. Thank you. Let's thank your crystal. Ask it to continue to amplify these energies that are in your highest benefit. And as they are in your highest benefit, then it is a foregone conclusion they are in the highest benefit for all concerned. And now, to seal your wish, the miracle that has happened. You might say aloud or in your heart, as surely as I breathe, so shall it be. Draw in a breath and extinguish your flame. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. And sorry for the abrupt closing of the music. That's just how this works. I'm going to check in on the comments, and then I'm going to head over to you guys in Modern Mystic. We're going to have our time together. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, hi, nice to see you. Holly says, peacemaker. Yes. Diplomacy. Yes. Peace plus people pleasing all sounds like Libra themes. That's right. Wonderful. Hi, Monica. Nice to see you. So nice to see you. Caitlin, hello. And then Holly said, Gate Sync's fear of intimacy. Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And I want to invite you to, check out all of the other videos. Just released one yesterday. And others are coming out next week. And check the description. We have some powerful programs starting. Animal communication, my animal communication and healing course. And then the quantum resonance intuitive expansion, which is ground up modernizing your spiritual technology or opening it up for the first time. All right. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And this eclipse time, it's pretty powerful. And I will see you again really soon as I figure out how to turn off my thing. And say, thanks for tuning in. I love you, whoever you are.